What's up, everyone? My name is Talkers101, as you all know. You've been here, and I'm on Chef BXL and SOC because we won a ladder on this account. For NU we're pretty high, but we built the Sand offense team. If you want to see the team building process, etc., you can go into Belgian's channel. Link will probably not be in the description because you know me, I don't do that kind of stuff. But yeah, those are things. And I'm just gonna cut until we jump into a battle. I do think I'm just gonna. Oh, okay, there we go. I do think I just kind of want to put one or two battles for this, and I'm just gonna record a bunch of it because I'm moving. I have exams, etc. So I want to throw content out, and also just do it tonight. So his team doesn't look all that great. I'm just gonna lead with Hippopotas. As he leads with Scyther, that is pretty damn good. If you ask me, the only thing that he can like switch in on a toxic, basically is Mawile, but he's not gonna switch that in. I do think he's gonna go into Cradily or Lantern. Not Lantern, because I could do like Earthquake. Why would I do that? But yeah. So he goes into Sandslash. I'm not too sure what I want to do here because he could very well get up his rocks. But he did overpredict on my Xatu. That's alright. He is a defensive-ish variant, so I can just go into Xatu easily enough because obviously he's not gonna knock again. He's gonna spin. That's alright. He gets Rocky Helmet damage, and now this Sandslash is like halfway dead already. Not sure if I want a Psychic or I just want a T-Wave because I'm kind of predicting a switch to Mawile. That kind of makes me want a T-Wave, but he goes in a Lantern, so good thing I didn't T-Wave. That's alright. Now I can freely U-turn and then just go into my Ludicolo. Because he's either going to Scald or going to Volt Switch. Neither of those Ludicolo particularly cares about. I wanted to kind of go into Sandslash predicting the Volt Switch because that was super effective on Xatu, made a bit more sense. But I decided against it because it made no sense whatsoever. So I'm just going to kind of sack Xatu because I do think this thing is probably choice banned. But that takes some nice chip damage. I do think he's going to go into the Mawile right now. That allows me to just get out of a T-Wave. On that thing, and then later come in with Sandslash and completely, or Mortar, and completely destroy its world. Could well try and get up a Sword Stance. That would be very annoying, not gonna lie. But then I can just go into Ludicolo, set up a sub, and then just start spamming Leech Seek, Scalds, etc. Or he just goes in a Lantern. Yeah, again, I do think he kind of wants to Scald right here. Kind of start wanting to get initiative, and maybe I should sack a mod for that, as I in fact do. So I don't think he's an awful lot for Stoutland right now because looking at his team, I do think that this Mawile is offensive instead of Intimidate. So it's gonna hurt. So this return is gonna hurt something really badly. But he's actually going to go into Mawile, and he does turn out to be this kind of set. Not really sure why, but he's probably just going to get with Stealth Rocks right here, as I do suspect this to be a Stealth Rocker since this is defensive. At first I thought Mesprit would probably be his rocker, and I thought he'd lead with that, so that's kind of why I led with the thing I led with. I forgot, but it was on my mind somewhere when we were doing that. So I do think he's going to predict like an Earthquake-ish thing, so I'm just going to knock on the Mesprit. This deck gets its Life Orb knocked off, that's 284. I definitely don't want to speed that. So I'm just gonna go into Ludicolo right here because that's probably my best bet. He could very well have Size Shot. Okay, this kind of forces me to go for Scald. That's not too bad though, because I was probably gonna click Scald anyway to just hit everything on his team. So he goes into Scyther. Obviously he doesn't know how Scald works. Not very sure, but I'm just gonna go into Hippopotas to just get up Sand, as he's probably going to U-turn out on my ass. And unfortunately he knocked off my Smooth Rock earlier on, so I don't get 8 turns of Sand this time around. we're just gonna get like 5. I know Pokemon, I swear, it just sometimes doesn't look like it. I don't particularly have switch-ins apart from this thing. He's just gonna Psychic, that's gonna hurt a tiny bit. He's gonna die to Sand, I'm gonna die to Sand, and now he can just freely go into Scyther yet again. If he decides to go into anything else, I probably outspeed that, and just I can put a lot of pressure on it. He goes into Scyther. I'm not particularly worried. This is probably still gonna kill me. I do kind of want to predict. I do kind of want to predict him to U-turn yet again. So that's why I switch into my mortar right here. He doesn't really have all that much for it, because I am mixed mild nature with earthquake. Oh, it actually does take it out. So I didn't actually think it would take it out, but fortunately my mortar does take it out. Earthquake on my mortar is specifically. Wish I could talk today. But it's specifically there for Lantern, so that's what we went with. Scyther doesn't do shit anymore. Sand Slash, it's 251, but this is yeah, because that showed leftover, so that had to be bulky in some kind of way. And then it probably runs Sand Veil instead of Sand Rush, even though that makes 0 sense because Sand Veil is good for nothing in this tier. Income's Cradily, I have no idea how I'm gonna take that one out. I'm just gonna fire Fire Blast and see how much that does. That actually doesn't do all that much. Is this my only way of getting rid of? Potentially. I do suspect him to just go for Recover right here, since that does make an awful lot of sense. I'm just gonna keep firing off these things because I've nothing better to do, and of course he's gonna attack me right now. Yeah, figured as much. Because life sometimes just doesn't like me. I'm just gonna go into this guy and just try and fire off a Choice Bandit superpower to see what it does. I have no idea what this does. Hopefully it does do a lot. I do suspect him to be like Spadef since he has Sand Slash, but he's gonna go to Mawile. Mawile is not necessarily the biggest of threats, so I'm not too worried. I'm just gonna go into Popatus right now, just kind of sack it, and then I can go into my Sand Slash and start going to town on his team because Scyther is burned. It's not gonna do a whole lot. Popatus actually takes that. That's pretty respectable. If I could get a Rocks here, that would be nice, but I don't. So I'm just gonna go into Sand Slash. I'm not really sure why. I have no reason not to click Earthquake right here, because as soon as he goes into the Scyther, I can just click Rock Slide, or I can just click Knockoff really, because that's definitely going to kill it. I don't want to click Knockoff because there's always a chance that he stays in, which wouldn't. I'd recommend to no one, by the way, of doing that. But I'm just gonna knock right here because that does feel like my safer play. Does he know I'm Sand Rush? Probably not. I don't think the majority of people know that Sand Slash runs that anymore. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with this thing. Wait, let me check. Weak Radially. I forgot if Rock weakness is he's weak to Bug, so I can just hit him with an X Scissor. That's gonna do an absolute shit ton, and now he's gonna get back a lot of HP. But now he's definitely in range of my Choice Bandit superpower, and Mawile is probably gonna die to 2 of those. Let's pray to anything really that is going to be a 2-hit KO. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a 2-hit KO, but I do think that Ludicolo should be dealing with this guy. You got an Iron Head. I kind of feel like pulling a double back into Stoutland, just simply because I can. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. He's gonna go into Cradily, yeah, again. He's gonna get some leftovers back. That's adorable. I'm just gonna superpower, yeah, again, as he goes in at Mawile, and this allows me to just actually kill it. I'm just gonna go double superpower right here, and that then just basically sack my Ludicolo, and do good stuff from there. I'm not sure if he wants to sack Mawile right here. He could very well do that. So this basically seals the deal. The only thing I really got to do right now is just switch out Stoutland, get some chip damage off on the Cradily with my Ludicolo, and just seal the deal with a Choice Bandit Superpower. So Superpower, this is actually one of the first games where I'm actually clicking Superpower, so that's pretty unique, I'd like to say. But I'm just gonna Giga Drain him as well, which is not gonna do anything. But we're just gonna sit here until we die, basically. Yeah, we're just gonna keep continuously Giga Drain until this thing is dead. He's gonna Toxic, that's kind of alright, I guess. I'm just gonna go into Stoutland right here. I just kinda wanna wrap this game up. He's gonna recover, I predicted that, kinda ish. And I'm just gonna Superpower to see what that does, and I clean knocks it out. I didn't expect that. But that is, yeah, hit him up with a GG. So currently we have a ranking of 1429. Currently sitting at 21-3. That's pretty respectable if you ask me. All with this team, by the way, because it's that good. That's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.